Greetings and salutations. I'm freaking mad as hell right now. I went into the house over an hour ago to get my GoPro camera. And I set it right next to my computer like I do every freaking day. And I go in there and I go in and I eject the card out of my computer, and I go to grab my freaking GoPro to put the card in my GoPro. GoPro's gone. My oldest son and my daughter wouldn't do anything with it. But my youngest son has this desire to set things free. So I don't know what the hell he did with that camera, but it ain't where it's supposed to be. And we just scoured the freaking house for the last hour and we can't find a damn thing. So I'm shooting on my phone. God, it's just one thing after another. So anyway, I'm out here on the dart and I'm trying to get this thing sorted out. And I thought I had my clearance issue between the header and the power steering box sorted out, but apparently I don't. And I was working on this thing yesterday, and I tried to get the steering to go from bump stop to bump stop, and the pitman arm is making contact with the one of the primary tubes. That primary tube right there, the pitman arm was hitting it. And you can see the issue I'm having here. That primary tube is hitting that. And this primary tube, if I can get my fat ass up here, this primary tube making contact with that. It's becoming apparent to me that a manual steering box is what these headers are built for. This is what really pisses me off. I had the manifolds, and if I knew then what I know now, I would have never thrown them in the scrap pile, because they're not cheap. They're hard to find, and if you can find originals that are intact, you're going to pay a king's ransom for them. I found a couple on eBay, or $100 a piece. If I could find them at like a pick apart, it'd cost me $45 a piece. And this engine originally had a 2-barrel, I still have the carburetor, 2-barrel intake manifold and cast iron exhaust manifolds, and I scrapped them both. And man, do I regret that now, because I'm running into all sorts of freaking issues with the linkages. I'm running into clearance issues with these. Not only that, if everything clears, then I got to worry about freaking heat soaking the starter, because everything is so freaking compact in here that you know, it's looking like the right answer here is to go back to the way it was. Here's the Pandora's box that I've opened. I could go find a steering box. I could get a steering box out of a pickup truck, for Christ's sakes. A manual steering box, and swap this thing out. But then I run into the issue, because the steering box is about that much shorter, I gotta buy a special adapter, which is $120, so that I can hook my steering back up. And that still puts this rag joint right back here where it's making contact with the header. So, you know, if I go with a manual steering box, I'm looking at probably a minimum of, I don't know, I have to look up what the pick parts prices are. Probably at least 50 bucks, probably, plus a core, plus $150. Or I can get $200 for the freaking manifolds and put it back the way it's supposed to be. And that's probably the way I'm going to have to go. Now, I can buy manifolds brand new from year one, but they're $800. And these headers were $250, and these are the cheapest headers I could find. Mopars. There's a reason why I'm not a Mopar guy, and this is one of them. I took my spacers out. The engine's back down where it needs to be. I have the transmission cross member. I had that originally on backwards. That was one of the things that was fighting me with having the engine where it was supposed to be. So I've got that squared away. And right now, I want to take this freaking header off so I can take the steering box off. And the only way that I have any clearance, I could probably get, because I put everything where it's supposed to be, I can probably get to the steering box, but the header's laying against it. So even if I took the other 2 bolts out of the freaking steering box, I got this header that's keeping me from getting it out. I can't go down with it. I can't come up with it. I have to drop the K member to get the steering box out. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna take the headers out. So I gotta make this work, because I just can't swing that kind of money for manifolds. If I happen to find them at Pick Apart, that'd be great. Wouldn't that be great if next time I went to Pick Apart, I found a 68 through 70 Dodge Dart or Plymouth Valiant with a 318 and cast iron exhaust manifolds and a 2-barrel intake manifold. Snatch that shit up in a second. It cost me $150. But I just don't want to spend it. And so I know it'll run, but God, what an idiot. What a freaking absolute idiot. I put this thing all back together and I didn't bother to check to make sure the freaking exhaust gaskets were in place. Idiot. Just a little bit of dimple there gives me some clearance, and I got a little bit there, and just a little bit more. So, yeah. But here's the real issue. It's the that primary tube. I need to modify that. So I need to get some tubing. I think it's 1 5/8. I need to get some tubing, and I need to do a little bit of fabbing to get that primary tube dropped down in the same plane in those other 2. Then I should be able to use the headers and maintain my power steering, even if I don't use the power steering and operate it like a manual box. But either way, I need to get these headers off because I'm an idiot. I don't have header gaskets on that, so I need to drop the K member and get these. I need to pull that header off anyway so I can modify it. Make sure everything clears on this side. So the other modification that I did, I haven't completed yet, is those collectors. Those are ball and socket collectors, and this originally had a 3-bolt flange, and I don't like 3-bolt flanges because they leak, and these don't. So I need to make sure that these flanges here are indexed correctly so they're not interfering with anything. You gotta hand it to those Chrysler engineers. They managed to pack 10 gallons of shit into a 5-gallon bucket. That's for damn sure. Holy. You can see my line here where I gotta cut that out and weld in a piece of flat. Take a ball peen hammer and peen that in. I don't have a ball peen hammer. I'll figure it out. So I'm just gonna have to butcher up this setup that I have here because it's what I have. And that way I don't have to spend that much money and I can use what I got. I just gotta deal with all this stuff. In the meantime, I got brake parts coming. I did fix my drums to the degree that I'm good with it. I got the drums on the wrong side though. So I'm gonna pull this back apart and swap these out. But I'm gonna use these for the interim. Eventually I'll replace them, but I have these, so I'm gonna use these now. All right, I dimpled that one and I flattened that one. So there should be clearance there. And I welded that on, like I said I would. So I keep this pipe on the same plane as the other 2. So you see how much I have to add there. And I gotta cut this off here. And I'll probably end up, I don't know. There's no guarantee that this is gonna work anyway. If I had my GoPro, you could have seen the struggle to get this out. You know, it looks like there's all sorts of room now, but trust me, that power steering did not want to come out of there. It's awkward, it's heavy. It's just probably the best thing to do would be to drop the engine and K member out of it completely and do it outside the car, but I don't have a lift. And this is kind of a pain in the ass, so I like to not to do that. So what I might do now that that starter is accessible, maybe get a gear reduction starter. And if I do that, then and also I need to get the header gaskets. I like the copper ones. They seem to work good on the big block anyway, so I'll get those. Those are $50. Get to put it all back together and see if it works. If it does, great. If it doesn't, then I just wasted a week. I could have been working on something else. Hey, great news! I found my GoPro. You want to know where I found it? Right here. Right there. Notice that those are black and the GoPro's black. And my autistic son likes to organize things according to color, apparently. A little change of plans. I checked my inventory of materials that I have. I discovered I didn't have the amount of full epoxy primer that I thought I had, and it dawned on me, yeah, dumbass, you used that quart when you painted the bed of the pickup truck. Dumbass. So I only had a half a quart of that full epoxy, which was enough to do the inside of the hood. This morning I primered it, and about 20 minutes ago I got done laying 2 coats of black. Now I've got some clear mixed up. I got a quart of clear mixed up. I'm going to put probably 4 coats of clear on this. And I'll leave it set for a day or two, maybe tomorrow. It's supposed to be in the 100-degree range tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll move that out into the driveway and let it bake in the sun. And then once it's cured, then I can tape all that off, flip it over, and do the other side. I have this gallon of Clausen's Rust Defender. It's a high build primer. That's what I was going to spray the sides and everything with. But anyway, that's what I'm accomplishing today. Getting this hood squared away and getting it cleared. And then I guess I'll just start working on trying to procure some more material, and we'll go from there. I got the stuff I need to build my little cable for the emergency brakes on the dually. Maybe I'll do that and get back on doing some work on the bus. It's been a few days. Let me show you something, man. It is freaking hot. It's almost noon. The day after Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, by the way. Hey Siri, what's the temperature at my current location?
It's about 99 degrees outside.
Hey Siri, how hot is it supposed to get today?
Hot enough. It's currently clear and 99 degrees in Pahrump. Today's high will be 104 degrees, and the low will be 87.
But it's a dry heat. Oh, it's freaking hot, and it makes it even worse. Oh, there's a little breeze, but not much. But I spent the weekend cleaning up around here. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I don't tend to throw things away. I don't know why that is. I have scrap metal out the wazoo. So I like to recycle that stuff because they pay you. But right now, scrap metal is almost, you almost have to pay to get rid of it, So I got a load here that probably exceeds the weight limit on that trailer. Here's where the real money is. I got a Jeep full of aluminum and copper and brass, and so I'm gonna take that down. I'm tired of tripping over that shit. I gotta take that stuff to the scrapyard today. I listed these tires. These are the tires that were on the blue Jeep, and I put some new Cooper all-terrains on there. But I got these listed on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, and I haven't got any call on them. So I'm gonna, sometime this week, I'm gonna run those down to the tire deck that I use to change my tires if I don't do it myself. So I'm gonna take those tires down to him and see if he'll if we can do a barter, because I need to get those tires balanced on either one of those Jeeps. Probably the green Jeep, because that's the one I'm driving, but let's see if he'll balance the tires for a set of tires on one of those rigs for a set of used tires that he can resell. Anyway, the Dart, I'm just waiting on parts. So what's the moral of the story? Don't put headers on a Mopar. So if you like this video, you know what to do. Smash the like button and share it with your vast social media network. If you haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, click the bell icon right next to the sub button. That way YouTube will let you know the next time I upload a video. Check the links in the description for products that you may see in these videos. Amazon affiliate links. If you want to throw me a couple of bucks, you can use the PayPal link. And if you want to support this channel on a monthly basis, there's Patreon. Check those out, see if that's anything you're willing to do. And if you are, thank you in advance. And if you can't afford to do that, it probably means we're related, so don't worry about it. So until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry, and have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for smashing the like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.